How's it going, everybody? It is Dennis, and we're back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about the YieldMax ETF distributions for the month of March. Of course, I'm not going to be going through all these distributions. A lot of YouTubers already have done that and are doing it for this month. We're going to be going straight into my portfolio of YieldMax ETFs, how much I made, what is my strategy going in for this month? Am I doing 50-50? Am I doing 100 cash? Am I doing 100 reinvested? And what is my future investments and my future outlook for these YieldMax ETFs that I own and the new ones coming up. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Of course, all the YieldMax ETFs announcements are made on Twitter. They're put on their website and they're sent out through the email. So these are all the ETFs and the payouts. But let's go ahead and go straight into our portfolio. So we have TSLY, APLY, AMZY, and GOOY are our holdings. With TSLY, we have $324 after the reverse split. We have APLY for $116. 116 shares. With AMZY, we have 197 shares, and GOOY, we have 60 shares. For TSLY, the dividend was $81.09. The APLY was $41.58. AMZY was $64.26, and GOOY was $25.54. Which brings us to the total paid out for TSLY to $62.90. We have $48.58 paid for APLY. We have $126.78 paid for AMZY, and $15.32 paid for GOOY, bringing us to a grand total of $453.59. Now, before we get to the strategy for this month, and of course you can see it, but I want to go more into detail, let's take a look at each of the YieldMax ETFs independently, and we'll go into full screen for it. So if we look at the screen right here, we can see that the trend was trending upwards. We were trending upwards for this month, but we did have the crash at the end, of course, because Tesla did crash from the 200 level down to 170. So it is why we have the crash. And also we did have the dividend payout right over here, which also lowered it down to the 16.13 price we have now. For GOOY, we also have a trend negative. We did not have a trend positive and then crash because GOOY, or the underlying stock Google, has been going down as of recent. So therefore we have a trend down, and we will see where that goes in the future. With AMZY for the month, we do have a trend upwards. We grew a total of 2.02%, and as you can see, my holdings are up by 11.4%, a total return of $454. So pretty good. If we look over to APLY now, APLY is also trending down in the negatives. That is because obviously Apple is going down. The underlying stock Apple is going down and it's trending down. So as of my position right now with YieldMax ETFs, we have 3 YieldMax ETFs that are trending downwards. Or, well, TSLY now started trending downwards hard, and AMZY, which has been staying stable or trending upwards at a steady pace. With TSLY, of course, we're down 39.75% or a 3.4 kit. With GOOY, we're down 12.9% or almost 13% or 142. And APLY, we're down 16.49%, 384. So we are down quite a lot, but of course, underlyings are tanking and underlyings are falling. So therefore, of course, the YieldMax ETFs will be falling as well. So let's take a look at the strategy we have for this month. So the strategy we have for this month, of course, is that we're going to be doing 50-50 for TSLY. I mentioned this before in last month's video. We're going to be doing 50-50. So 50 will be going into reinvestments and 50 will be going to cash to fund other option strategies I might have or other ETFs I might want to invest in, such as YieldMax and other ETFs in other sectors. So we also have APLY 100% reinvestment, AMZY 100% reinvestment, and GOOY 100% reinvestment. The reason I'm reinvesting 100% for APLY, AMZY, and GOOY is because, of course, I want to build more of a position in them. TSLY is one of my higher positions, so I'm not so frantic, or I'm not in a rush to build a position so much more than it is right now. It is roughly how much of my portfolio? It is roughly 12.81% of my portfolio, so I don't mind sizing it down a little bit and growing my portfolio in other sectors for now. Now, what is my outlook for TSLY, GOOY, AMZY, and APLY, and other YieldMax ETFs? Well, for TSLY, I do believe the underlying Tesla will still go up. They are having tough troubles because interest rates are still staying high. Fed reported that they might not even cut interest rates as much as expected. We might only get 2 interest rate cuts, and they'll be coming in June or July. So we're getting a constant delay because GDP is doing good. For GOOY, Underlying stock Google is also having a difficult time with AI and not being integrate as well as other AI companies. Of course, ChatGPT has been beating Google down. With AMZY, Amazon's doing great. Amazon's always doing pretty well. It is a business and an underlying stock which mostly trends upwards because they do have a lot of margin and they do have a lot of growth potential since there's a lot of consumers that are using Amazon. And lastly, with APLY, the underlying Apple has been going down. They've been hit by a lawsuit in Europe. And of course, they are, for some reason, trending down. Of course, they also had the car project that did not go well, the Apple car project, which they canceled, and a lot of money they invest in there went to waste. But of course, Apple is usually a stock that trends upwards, same as Amazon and same as Google. So I'm not worried about these three stocks because they are not so volatile. With Tesla, on the other hand, of course, I do have a little bit more stress on this position since I do own TSLL, which I play option strategy on, and I do have a lot of my portfolio in that as well. So I am highly allocated in Tesla underlying stocks. And of course, therefore, I am more stressed out about Tesla, and as well because Tesla is a volatile stock and there's a lot on the line for Tesla. But I do see that, I do believe that Tesla will have better margins in the upcoming quarters, especially once interest rates start getting cut and Tesla will probably soar up to the higher scale, maybe back up to the 250, maybe even 300 mark. But for that, we'll have to see later on this year. But that is my outlook, and that's my strategies going in for these 4 ETFs, as well as YieldMax hasn't paid out yet, so we haven't made a video on that. But YieldMax has been doing pretty well. YieldMax, I'm pretty sure, has grown roughly 15-10% for my account, somewhere around there. But yeah, these are my strategies: 50-50 for TSLY, 100% for APLY, 100% for AMZY, and 100% for GOOY. And we'll see where it goes for next month. Also, I think our options income is going to be pretty good for this month, so you guys have to stay tuned for that at the end of March. It's going to be definitely higher than February. I'm just saying that. So not going to be disappointing compared from January to February. March might be a little bit better. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is my YieldMax ETFs positions. That's how much dividends I received and the total dividend of $453.59. That's my outlook for all the YieldMax ETFs I'm holding and their underlying stocks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Just a quick update as always on my YieldMax ETFs positions. And of course, as you guys can see, I have a better green screen now. So we're going to be doing a little bit more extra or different videos on this channel using this new green screen, which you guys obviously can't see, which is a good thing, meaning it is working. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.